Okay.
Okay.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing for the audio. Emergency broadcast system.
Welcome. Yay.
And testing. Okay. Thank you, Vana, for stopping by. I think we're good to go, Ninja. We can
Okay,
go
good.
in.
I just want to have a quick look at the chat because I think I've got the old one up, and okay, I'm just going to leave mine for now and we'll get on with the program. I'll hit
I'm going on
refresh
mute.
later.
I'm going on mute.
Okay, me too. Stay with us, guys.
No, don't mute me. Don't mute me.
Okay. Stay with us, guys. We'll be right back after this for the emergency broadcast system. Okay, welcome everyone to the Forbidden History series. You're here with NinjaCat, now NinjaCat 22, and Dezert-Owl from the Forbidden History series YouTube channel, also. Same name. And Forbidden History Archive. The links are in the description. So please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Two amazing channels, amazing truths, plenty to choose from. Live streams dating back 2 or 3 years now. Yeah, totally amazing, life-changing. Anyway, welcome. I am having a slight issue on my end. I can't see the chat at the moment still, so I don't know who's there and I don't know how many. But g'day, guys. G'day, our family. Love you guys, and I have missed doing this so much. Anyway, let's get into it. The signs of the times. In essence, excuse me, we'll start again. In essence, Desert discusses the history of the world and how the unseen hand has been running it from the very beginning of time, who they are and how they have founded all of the first great civilizations that are found all around the world, about who the giants really were, and the ancient Aryan caste and slave systems, the priesthoods, the anti-gravity V-manners, the earth-based misnomered UFOs which are man-made, the control of all forms of communications, commerce, religion, mass media, pseudo-politics, etc. It is a grand deception that is used to control all of mankind, and all instituted through the three main religions of the world in particular, used as their grand cover. Their cybercode has been revealed to him because he has become adept within the study of the ancient alphabets, communications, symbolism, religion, custom, law, cosmology and mythology, not to mention the fallacy of today's political science and pseudoscience in particular. He can also define the true nature of their warfare, their shell game of bringing one civilization up for their temporary use and then taking it down for the next 500-year generational cycle, as symbolized by the classical phoenix. Desert discusses the ultimate in mind control, an ancient art, and the financial control, the secret societies and their blood occult rituals, and how they wage all wars throughout all time, through the nations that they have created, which are all imaginations, plantations, and mere corporations. They have taken blood oaths to surrender their self, will, and mind to their blind goddess, who has demanded our blood from the very beginning of time. They communicate to their minions through the movies, TV, and print media, while he can see, read, and interpret most all of it. It all says that they are using us for our ingenuity, for our collective constructive labour, for experimentation, and in the end, they intend to kill us all. They have given us full notice of what they are doing, and what they fully intend to do, while all of the general population, the sheeple, they merely go there to be entertained. The New World Order is the old world order from the beginning of time. There is a major cosmic natural disaster that is about to happen on Earth, and they know it, but they are cleverly leaving us in the dark, hence the reason that they have built hundreds of underground bases all around the world, while they are leaving all of the people to remain unprepared, uninformed, and above ground, so that when it comes, the mere 5% who will survive above ground will die from the weaknesses and disease that has been generated from all of the poisons that they have been feeding us, from the chemtrails to fluoride in the water to tainted vaccines, to fake food, etc., etc. They have enslaved us all by the clever means of deception, because we, most all, are their cattle, chattel property, and because they merely wanted to harness our labour, what they always needed, which is what backs most of the world's currency through the birth certificate, but they are all through with us now. It is written in stone, as it can be seen written in the Georgia Guidestones. To know the truth is to be empowered and to be prepared. We may not be able to stop what has been done and what is about to happen, but the innocent and decent people on planet Earth deserve to know. And that was written by Dezert-Owl, who I would like to welcome to the program. G'day, Desert.
Hey there, Ninja. Back up at it again, huh?
Yay! I'm just going to turn you... can we just get a quick sound check again for Desert? I can't hear you very well, but I think you're fine. I think you're fine.
Okay, testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, your audio's fine. It's just I can't hear you.
Did anybody hear me when I... Okay, I just want to say hi to everybody out there on the chat, and hopefully the audio's coming through. So Ninja's ramping up in a new location, so she's got bugs to work out, but I think you got better streaming capability now, Ninja, which makes a big difference, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit less glitchy and it doesn't freeze as much, so
Okay.
Yeah, so
And if
it's better.
somebody out there could give us an audio check, that would be great. Um,
I am going to try and refresh my page now, and hope for the best because I can't. I'm on the old chat and I can't see anything. So,
okay.
okay.
Okay. So, are we? Let me type into the chat room. Uh, is, okay. Thank you, Vena. I think that's good. The audio is good. Okay. So,
Okay. Thank you. I'm just refreshing my page, so
alrighty. So,
we'll
so
see what
real quick,
happens. Yeah.
we just want to let everyone know that we have posted now on Amazon, and the link is right there at the very top of the description to Amazon.com. And so we've got up on the board now the Book of Wisdom, the original thought, Indo-Germanic, Aramaic, Etymological Dictionary Thesaurus, first edition. I'm going to be working on the second edition um, this week and for the next couple of weeks, and then get up with additional definitions. There's still a lot that I want to get in. And the Book of Wisdom is on paperback and also Kindle. It's got the small paperback and then the 8.5 by 11 version as well. Then there's the original gospel fragments restored. And we have a lot of lost writings that we're going to be putting up. And the Star Message of Enlightenment is originally known as the Gospel of Peace by Edmund Bordeaux-Zaquet. He found the scene writings in the Austrian Library as well as in the Vatican. And so, but these translations, they've been coded with the Vatican Code, and therefore this is the only translation in our time that we have of this what's called the Star Message of Enlightenment. That's the original meaning of gospel. It is a weekend saga with Yeshua while he's healing quite a number of people along the river. And John Yalganun is the scribe who wrote down all of this material. And then we have two versions of the Indo-Germanic Dictionary. The one's at $32 because that's the color version. There's a lot of color in there, graphics, and so therefore it's a high-end cost to produce it. So, but we do have a black and white version which you could get for $18. So you have choice. I've tried to make a variety. Variety is the spice of life, they say. So some people can't afford the higher end price, so we give you an option for a lower end at the same time. Then we have the 2018 Original Thought Dictionary, when I was really hammering out a lot of material, but it turned, I had to start over again with the new one because of a new idea on the approach for the style, not to mention a lot of the culmination of the Indo-Germanic. But the 2018 is very relevant and has definitions in it, not in the one I've done today so far in this year. Okay, then we got the Real Da Vinci Code Etymological Dictionary on Kindle. And so we got books on Kindle and then hard copy for the most part, except for the original thought, Indo-Germanic Dictionary. And today the Star Message of Enlightenment for the hard copy will be put up on Amazon.com. So we certainly welcome your patronage, ladies and gentlemen, and it is a way you can support the Original Thought Transliteration Project. Okay, it's an ongoing, a lifetime of work, and so we're doing everything we can to post up there as quick as we can the documents, okay? Because time is short, and right, the project on the table right now that I'm going to hope to get out within the next few weeks is the source gospel, okay? Because you may, if you've studied anything with the ancient biblical scriptures, you know how they talk about this Q source, the Q. There's that Q again, Ninja, right? And with the stinger on it, and
Yeah, and I have questions about the Q. Anyway, please continue.
The Q source is a theoretical missing document, you see, and but the truth is that Q standing for the source. Well, guess what? The source is available. the source document is available, and it is the misnomered as the Aquarian Gospel. That is the original gospel. It's the entire life story of Yeshua. They put it right in front of us, and know that nobody will ever be able to figure it out because people have been so well programmed they can't even begin to accept any other lost writing outside of the 27 teeny weeny little pages, documents of the New Testament. They've been told, no, this is this is authorized, and and all that's authorized by who? you know but when you start collecting the lost writings, you find out that they stole an entire library from us. And so I'm going to bring it on, and I'm going to prove out that this is the original source gospel, and then I'm going to then combine it with the other lost writings, the entire story, with all the different missing components brought together in one. Because this will be the gospel that nobody ever heard before, with, like the Kayla D. I've been reading the Kayla D here over the last week, and it proves out that it is a source gospel, just like the Aquarian, okay, just like the Aquarian, but it's the one that was apparently drafted by Joseph of Arimathea, the great uncle of Yeshua, and he brought it to England with him, and it's a part of the Colburn collection, that was found in a bronze copper chest. So anyway, yeah, I appreciate anybody sharing it with their friends. If you can send the link by your email, you'll help promote this work.
Can I just say it's also it's just Amazon US that I've put in the description, the link, but it's also available to buy on Kindle in Australia, and I don't know if I'm able to check for other parts of the world, but yeah, just check it out. I know Amazon Australia is like a separate thing.
Right.
Yeah, because of the difference with the price. So yeah.
Yeah, and we are on the internet worldwide, so anybody in most any nation, I think, can get these. I just want to also add that thanks to our wonderful Yogineer Shelley, we were able to get these the covers done. She created the pattern of gold shimmering
beautiful
on there. That was a lot of work, because you couldn't find stock like that. So
I know how much she would have worked on that.
So she did all the uploads, and is very much responsible for this work getting up there. So thank you to Shelley as well.
Thank you always, Eugenia. Thank you.
Okay, so anyway, let's move on.
Yep.
And just one footnote, one thing I learned this past week, thanks to Dane Wigington on geoengineeringwatch.org, about, and he recommended people watch a documentary that's on YouTube. It's called like The American Dream or something. I can't remember now what the name of that movie was, but I wrote down the most significant thing in there, and it was the fact that strontium, they said right in this documentary, that strontium, which is one of the 3 prime elements in the geoengineering aerosol spraying, aka chemtrails, a misnomer, but it's not a scientific term. But anyway, this strontium 90, which is radioactive atomic waste, it said in there that this is the most dreadful poison in the entire world.
There you go.
The most dreadful poison in the strontium, the radioactive strontium 90. So go figure, ladies and gentlemen, and how it's so important not to be going outside doing recreation anymore. Get inside where you can filter your air and do inside recreation. That's all you can do. We're in a biological soup, between everything that they're giving to us.
Yeah.
So Ninja, you can go ahead and put that dictionary up now, and we're gonna go in that direction. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm sorry. You just made me think of something. I've noticed while I'm multitasking, I have noticed, excuse me, I've noticed that, sorry, I was browsing and I should have had it on the first page. I've noticed watching videos on the big channels that are really getting into like finding everything we need to know about what's going on in the world. All of them have been having, and I myself, and I'm just a small channel, but anyway, all of them have been having a lot of issues getting their speech out. Like there's more mental blanks. They're going blank more often and having difficulty finding words. And yeah, it just
Where is this? I'm sorry.
I've just noticed it on videos from the latest videos from like a lot of the big channels, like Richie
Oh,
from
you mean from other
Boston.
people? Other
Um,
people are
yeah,
just
yeah.
having
Never
mental
Lose Truth and a few
gaps.
others are
Okay.
you can
Tell by
hear the
listening.
difference. Yeah,
Okay, that
yeah.
makes sense because we're in a toxic soup. So go to
Yep.
page 3 now, Ninja, and
Okay.
that way we can be looking at the letter A that we're going to talk about. And I just want to give 2 examples of definitions that are still going in. And part of the well, they manipulated all of our words outside the Vatican at a place called the College of Abbreviators. And so we have to go back to the original if we can, but it's based on the Indo-Germanic. You see, that's what I'm doing because that's the key. Why do they not talk about the Indo-Germanic? Scroll up a little bit more, Ninja, to get to the graphic of the letter A.
Okay. Sorry, I've only got my computer screen at the moment and I can't see what it looks like on YouTube. So,
Yeah, yeah. It's you're
is that
almost
okay?
there. You're just no, you're at the top of the page. It's more like in the middle, so you got to scroll a little bit more. Okay. And so anyway, this journey I've been on, I've had to get dictionaries from every corner of the spectrum. So I've got 2 Sanskrit dictionaries. I've got the Hittite dictionary. The Hittite is going back, and you're almost there, Ninja. A little more, a little more. Okay, come on.
You'll see in a
Right,
minute.
right, right there, right there. Okay, if you no, you went too high now.
Okay, there's a
It's okay.
delay.
No, it's okay. No, it's
Leave it
okay.
there?
Just leave it right.
Okay.
Leave it there. Yeah. All right. So what was I saying here? So anyway, I have even Samuel Johnson's dictionary from the 1700s, Webster's 1828. Got the Old English dictionary, the Gothic dictionaries. I got all these different to compare the words because we have to go down the trail. We can't just be guessing at it, but we have to compare all these different words. I've got
Yeah.
one dictionary called the Dictionary of Selected Synonyms in the Principal Indo-European Languages by Buck out of the
Wow.
University of Chicago. It's a thick book. It's like it's 5 inches wide, and they went into 100 different tongues or 100 different languages, which are all wrong words, but that's okay. We can use them, and they compared them. And by comparing them, one specific word for light, or you then get a bigger picture of the original going back. But I've just got dictionaries like a kid in a candy store because you have to be even the Oxford, $400 Oxford, okay, that took a half a century just to produce the first edition. All of these are relevant, and that's why I'm able to, thanks to the grace of the Father who is the revealer and Yeshua, putting me at the right place at the right time to make the discovery. So I just will give 2 examples real quick before we talk about this letter A, because it just actually happened yesterday, and it was one of the biggest enigmas. Is how do we transliterate an idiom? Because one of the most profound idioms of them all in our scriptures is when Yeshua is saying to the people that he healed, do me a favor, don't tell anyone. And then he'll leave, or he'll say, don't tell anyone, but go show yourself to the priest. These are the type of
Yeah.
situation. Like the daughter, he healed the head of a synagogue. His daughter was dying, and by the time they got there, she was dead. And he raised her back, and he says, "Give her something to eat, but don't tell anyone." Right? And
Yeah.
so this is going on and on. Don't tell anyone. And it's like, okay, well, why wouldn't he want to tell anyone? When, of course, he came here to announce the good news of eternal life and the perfection of mankind, the creation, that becoming the second born, putting on the spirit and putting off the serpent flesh, in by dominance, because the flesh wants to dominate our psyche and our ego. So he constantly said, don't tell anybody. But then what was the next thing we hear? That they ran as fast as they could down the road, telling the entire world, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, wait a minute. You mean after he just healed them, they're going to not listen to him and they're going to run out and tell the rest of the world
Because
and risk losing it?
he knew they were going to do that.
Well, of course he knew because he told them to. You see, because it's an idiom. If I tell you I'm stiff as a board, you know I'm not a 2x4, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not a two by. We got 2x4s in America. I don't know what you got in Australia, but we call them 2x4s, 2 inches by 4 inches. And so if I'm stiff as a board, it doesn't mean I'm literally made out of wood. But in a primitive time, they would be talking like that on many levels. So this is how I'm going to be transliterating it in the transliteration project. It came to me when I was watching a documentary called the Chosen. It's a really outstanding. That's the name of the YouTube channel, The Chosen. Go check it out, ladies and gentlemen. These people are giving away the documentary series. It's a series, and it's a classic because they're really trying to bring back an original flavor of the original gospel stories, and they did a good job on when Nicodemus came to visit Yeshua. I was absolutely astounded because they changed the tense to I, not we, but I, when Yeshua was talking to Nicodemus, and how different it was to hear it that way and realized they picked up on an important element there, and they were doing it within other parts of the story. So literally, this is how it should be read, because I knew I couldn't just take away tell no one and just put tell everyone, because nobody would get it. They'd say,
Yeah.
wait a minute, if he said don't tell anyone and you're translating it tell everyone, well, wait a minute, that's quite a spin, and so this is really the interpretation of what he meant when he said tell no one, which is an idiom, just like I'm stiff as a board, right? It's an idiom. In other words, we are not familiar with the idiom because we don't use it today, and we were never there. But having studied the Aramaic culture and reading the books of the Aramaic speaking people, I learned about it, and so I know it's true. And also the translations done by George Lamsa and others. So literally, it should be, instead of saying tell no one, this is what the transliteration should be. Yeshua heals somebody, and then he says nobody knows about this, so you can tell the world. That's what he meant. You see,
Wow.
no one knows about this. That's what, because see, if everybody knew about it, then he wouldn't say tell no one, because when he said tell no one, they got it. Nobody knows about this, so let's go tell everyone. You see, it's totally
That makes sense, and it's beautiful. As soon as you said that, that's a beautiful
yeah.
thing.
It was
Yeah.
a miracle. I know it was the ray of light coming down from Yeshua, because that one perplexed me for all these
Yeah.
years. How could I transliterate that and without just reversing it?
Yeah.
And so it's an element of both. Nobody, hey, psst, by the way, nobody knows about this, so you can tell the world. Okay, that's why they ran down the road, and told the
Wow.
world. Of course, he's announcing the good news. Hey,
Wow.
Stephen, drones for God's glory. Good to have you.
G'day.
And this
Yeah.
guy, he does some fantastic drone footage up there in Colorado in the mountains with beautiful scriptures and quotes and music. Just check him out, okay? And
Does
what's
it?
that, Ninja? Yeah?
I was thinking the whole time, because I was waiting on the edge of my seat for um the explanation, and it wasn't what I was thinking while you were speaking. I was thinking it was more like you tell somebody a secret and you tell them not to tell anyone, and they go and tell everyone, and that's why he told them not to tell anyone. But wow, wow. See, that
Right.
was see, and
And so we're
yeah,
literally taking things
yeah,
on the surface when
yes,
there's deeper, stuff going on. And that's
yes,
why looking at every word is relevant, like they got us using the word believe. Well, believe in the Latin dictionary means to give little credit to something. So when you say I believe in Jesus, what you just said was I give little credit to him.
yeah,
Or on the surface, it like believe means I think so, I hope so, maybe so, because it's not the carrying weight. It's what it should be is I follow Yeshua, or I know
yeah,
Yeshua. You see, because that's definite. That's doesn't need any elaboration. But what they did is they tricked us outside the Vatican at the College of Abbreviators, and they gave us terminology that we don't know the meaning of it. And so that's why the decoding of these Eshavor, the original word for word, which also is synonymous with logo, and so I just got a Skype coming in. I got diverted a little bit. So here's one more. Okay, here's the word client, because I wrote it down on a card because I couldn't remember if I got it in the dictionary. I hadn't looked yet, but I don't think it is. And client, when you become a client to an attorney, it's like, okay, how did I become a client? What's that mean? Well, you could find out if you went to a mental hospital. Right there on when they have you sign in at a mental hospital, the word is in big, bold letters, so you can't miss it. Client in a mental
Wow.
hospital. It's there too. So go to a mental hospital, you become a client. Get an attorney, you become a client. What does client mean when you look it up in Black's Law, the book of Black Law, where words continually change? Client means non compos mentis, which translated from the Latin means not mentally competent. So you had to get an attorney because you're not competent to take care of your own affairs and your own business.
Desert client applies to such a broad spectrum.
Uh,
Like everyone's a client. Like uh, uh, I'm not very familiar with office work, but everyone's a client. Like businesses say that word all the time, and like I'm just trying to think of an example. Uh, I don't know. I can't think. I can't think. I'll let you speak. But you know what I mean? Like it's used everywhere. Wow. Thank you for that.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
No
All right, so
worries.
let's go. Let's go. And by the way, we have Q&A, and we do have a phone number you can call in on after I do this mini presentation here, and the number is 608-566-7295. Eventually, Shelley will be able to take calls for us on the Skype, but not today. So we can call in. We did a test on the phone. We think we got it worked out. I'll have to pull out my headset if we get a call. But if you want to call with a comment or a question, love to hear from you. 608-566-7295. Okay, and we're going to just look at the dictionary real quick, and Ninja's going to have some questions as well. I'm not long-winded, of late, and I'm just not wanting to do any long presentation. I'm just going to do the short one here, and I want to show a discovery. Just as I was publishing this Indo-Germanic dictionary, my latest dictionary, out of about near 10 of them that I've done now over about 30 years, give or take, because I started in my 20s to decoding the words, and now it's 40 plus years later. So when as you see in the Roman coin, at the back of the head of the Caesar, you see upside down is the AVG, and so I've been pointing to that for several years in my older dictionary, and now in this one here. And as I was doing it, I stumbled on this graphic, because the letter G I knew was a super code. I didn't know what it was, but if you look at the small g, I guess, can you go to the letter G? No. Hang on, we'll show that last. We'll go
Okay.
there after we do this, Ninja. So the small g, let me just write it down, because you're going to see that the small g in the Times Roman, at least, the Times Roman is clear. You're actually looking at a cobra. It's actually a snake.
Wow.
Okay, so yeah, and you'll see that. And so the cobra, of course, representing, if we interpret it, it's my co-support, because the sun was regarded as the Ouroboros, or the serpent that eats its tail. It goes around every day, going around, serpent eating its tail. Infinity, symbol of infinity. So I stumbled on this graphic on the left with the cross and the G. It looks like it's lit up in the darkness across, and then an incomplete circle, and I could see the letter G right there, and I realized that was it, Ninja. That was it. It was not AVG, because the circle is incomplete, and it's telling you, okay? It's telling you.
And they use the G so much. Like they use the G so much.
Well, right. It's a symbol of, on your keyboard, you got the GH at the middle of your keyboard on your computer, and it's because GH combined, the H is the breath, but it means return, and so return what? Into possession. That's what attorney means, to keep in possession of the royal families. The attorn means to keep in possession of the elite, and so it's all code. And so anyway, it's not AVG. The G was already placed there as a code to hide the truth. The A is the symbol of the sun, of light. The V is the symbol of the moon, of the lesser light, that creation comes down, the solid form of the moon. And then when they come together, there's an eclipse. It's the occultic, because occult means to hide the light, of the moon, the V going back onto the A, they're creating the Star of David, as it was at the top of this page that we're looking at. And so if the first letter is the light, the sun, the A, the V represents the virgin creation, the beautiful virgin creation, then the third letter would be earth. And it is. It's the light projecting down onto the earth, going in the four directions. It symbolizes the well, as you see above it, right there, I have it as it's like an X in a circle. It was a bad graphic, but I just needed to put one up there. But so out of the atom, out of the sun, came the river of light, and it parted into the four directions.
Wow.
And that's on the earth. That's why the circle in the third letter would have the cross on it. It's also synonymous with the swastika. It's the spinning philpot, the fan, that is the light particles spinning and coming down to earth. And I just wanted to mention, if anybody does have a question, comment or a question, then put my name in all capital letters. That way it stands out. Use upper and lowercase, then put my name in all caps. That way I can see it well. And I just noticed that Stephen with Drones for God's Glory is saying here, it's my pleasure, Desert and Ninja, as I get to learn these truths. Absolutely.
I'm learning too, guys. It's been so long. This is wow. I mean, Desert, you told me that you had this discovery, but you didn't tell me what it was, and my jaw is on the floor. Thank you. It's just amazing.
And he says further, this is the only place to learn these lost histories, to be sure. And oops, I'm sorry, I missed it. Hi, Jackie. Okay, so just wanted to make sure it wasn't anything directed as per question, but anyway, thank you for the comment, Stephen. And so that's basically it. We now have revealed the code. The G, as you can see, is a component. It's not complete. And then so when you complete the circle, just like the letter A, if you notice, it has a crossbeam in it.
Yeah.
And that crossbeam is actually, if you take it out further, creates the V. It's actually the crossbeam is the bottom of the V. And so you have the pyramid coming down, but then it's reversed, you see, and it's a reversed image. So anyway, you can take that to the bank if you like. You won't get anything for it, but it's you heard it here first. Don't you forget, okay?
Like in the Masonic symbol on the right there on the screen with the G in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. See it's an A and a V.
Yeah.
Right. And so the compass represents the spirit of the creation. It was designed by Yahweh. It says that he designed all things before he made all things. That from the beginning it was already done. The way he was going to do it. He had all the time in the universe, and so beyond the universe. Actually, he was before this universe came into being. So if you scroll up now to the top of the page, Ninja, you can just show once again how the A and the V come together in what's called the Star of David, but it's not the Star of David. It comes from India, and it's the Star of Life, creation. The 6 points representing the 6 days of creation. And that it was a long creation too, not 6 24-hour periods. That's what the priesthood gave us, but it was 6 great ages. Come on, he's not going anywhere. He's got all the time he ever needed to create. And naturally, you can look at all the geology around the world. You can see that the world is ancient, easily. So it was a long preparation. And it makes sense, it actually makes sense. It connects with the geology. That's the good news. So anyway,
I have a question.
And people have to see it for themselves. I'm not going to, try to, hammer that into somebody's psyche. They have to see these things for themselves. I wanted to know. It's not hard for me to see. I've got friends that absolutely think the world was created in 6 24-hour periods, meaning that the entire Earth is only, well, they even get that wrong because they're even making it as short as 5,000 or 6,000 years.
Yeah.
But it was 8,000 years when Adam came, and he was the first made, but he came last. Just like Yeshua was the first made, and he came at the end of time, which we find in Hebrews 9:27, I think, when it said, "And at the end of the world, Yeshua came to become the perfect sacrifice for mankind." So it was, it's been a long journey in that regard. So okay, you had a question?
Yeah.
Okay,
do you want
and
me
by
to...
the way, we're going to scroll down to letter G as soon
Okay.
as you can work it out. Okay. So
Okay.
there's that.
I'm not going to go fast because I'll end up going past it. So everyone can have a bit of a browse while I'm scrolling. will I leave my question until we get to Q?
To G, letter G.
No, to Q later on. Will we leave
I'm
my
not
question?
going to
Because
Q.
it's
I'm
got
going to
to.
G.
Oh, well,
Unless you need to go there. If you need to go there, that's different.
it's
Okay, if you want to go somewhere, if you got a question, that's fine. I'm
it's
just wanting right now to show the Cobra how
yeah.
they made letter G the serpent, because that's what these occultists are. They are a serpent cult, just like Pharaoh wore a serpent on his head, because the serpent is what the physical creation is, and we are putting on the shirt and the pants, the serpent, right?
Yes.
So, okay.
We are at G, but my question relates to the O and your discovery with the O. I see a Q as an O with a line put in it, like the capital letter Q. It's an O with a little line.
Oh, hold on. You went too far. You passed the G.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
there you
know.
go.
There's a delay.
Alrighty. Okay, right there. You got it. Right there. Stop
Yeah.
there. Beautiful. Okay, so finish your point, Ninja. I'm sorry.
The O, how you were talking about
And
that.
hold on. And by the way, I just want to say, if anybody could give us an audio check and let us know that we're balanced, because we haven't really gotten a balancing check, and I don't want to be too loud. We've got to be balanced. Let us know if either one of us is too loud. Okay, we're trying to have perfect quality here. We need some backup. Okay, go ahead, Ninja.
Okay, thank you, Desert. You know how, yeah, you know your explanation with the O and the G just then. I see the capital letter Q in a similar way now, like it's an O and it's just got a little line put through it.
Right. So it looks like a Q. The top
Yeah.
of that G looks like a Q, but more specifically, it is the cobra. That is the cobra, because their head, how it pops out and makes a big flat type of a circle, and so it's blown up. You can see the tail coming off the O is just like
Yeah.
a serpent, and so there it is.
Wow.
It's a cobra, and it shows how clever they are. Because also the cobra, the bottom of that small G goes below the line, whereas all of our capital letters are on a top line with nothing below the line. The G goes right below the line, and only one other letter does that, and that is the what is that letter off the top of my head? I can't. It escapes me. But see, so it means it's a secret. That's what going below the line means. Okay, there's one other letter I think that goes below the line, and it escapes me off the top of my head. So go ahead, Ninja. I'm sorry.
That was all. I don't know if you
okay.
heard though,
Thank you.
because you're on a roll.
Yeah.
Like the O,
Right.
the letter O is like the Q, capital letter Q with a little line in it. Q.
Okay. Yeah. So the Q, yeah. Right. So the Q is notice that there's very few words with Q, and so it's a cover. And I have the Q. If you want to go there, then you can show. Because I put the illustration right below the letter. So since we're talking about it, I'm sure most of the people right now don't have the dictionary, so you can scroll
Yeah.
to it if you want.
I just
Since you're
see
bringing it.
I just see a connection now, like how what you were saying with the G and the O, how they did that, what you just said, and I see a similar thing with the Q and the fact that Q is the original gospel
Hold on,
and
back
all
up.
the deception there.
Back up. I want to show something. I want to go back to you passed the Q. The blue thing on the right. The blue thing on the right was
Blue thing on the
the
right.
thing. Yeah, it's you find it on your Bluetooth on your phone. So go back to that blue thing. Oh, jeez. You're scrolling down. You had passed it already. So I wanted to.
There's a big delay. I'm scrolling
Yeah.
back up. Sorry, I was
Yeah,
looking at my
I'll tell you
notes
what,
while I was scrolling.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
This was great revelation. If I can show this to you, so keep scrolling towards the G, okay, and it'll come up. I don't know what. Yeah, keep going. It should be coming up. I
Okay.
pulled up.
I don't want to miss. I don't want to go past it again.
All right. Well, I'll find the word next to it. You're not. Keep going, and we'll see it.
Found it.
I'll let you. You found it?
Yeah, you'll see it in a minute.
All right. All right. Good.
Tell me if I need to go up a little bit more. I've just sort of paused on it.
Don't see it yet.
I know
All right.
there's a longer delay than
This will show
normal.
you how they're using the code. That's the whole thing. They're
Yeah.
speaking in what's called the higher attic diction. They're telling, having a party on all of us. There it is. Okay, the place. Okay, you see how the Bluetooth symbol, if you take away just one line on the very bottom right, you take away that one line, you got the Cairo. Cairo means the place. Well, guess what? When you got your cell phone, they always know where you are. You see, the place where you are, and there's the code. You would never got it, but because I'm working with symbols every day, you know, this is what I do. I saw it. Boom! It was right there in front of me, and it's like, wait a minute. You know, this isn't just a Bluetooth symbol. It's a Cairo. It means the place, and that's why they can tell you. They're telling you that was the nature of this beast from the get-go, that they knew they were going to trace you with it. That was the whole plan.
Yeah.
There's
wow.
a back. What do you think? What do you think? Windows. Remember, you know, the windows always had the 4 panes of glass showing, you know, in pretty colors. That this is called windows, right? Well, guess what? It's a window into your life. It goes 2 directions, right?
Yeah.
A window goes 2 ways. It's a window into your life. So,
wow.
Anyway, so much for that. You can go to Q now.
Okay.
That was one we didn't want to pass up. Right.
Thank you for doing that.
And in the meantime, if anybody's got a question while Ninja's getting down there, just hit me up on Skype, or you can call 608-566-7295. Okay, love to hear from you. And, you know, you never call in. That's your problem, and you got to stop that so we can have a two-way discussion here. I don't know if Shelly can take a call right now on Skype, if that's a backup, but let us know, Shelly, if so. If not, then we'll just stay with the regular phone.
The sound was pretty good when we tried it out before.
The sound?
The sound on the regular phone.
Oh.
I was surprised.
You're passing all that stuff up. Don't forget, you can now get the full color version on Amazon, ladies and gentlemen, and you'll support the translation project. We definitely need support. We've been doing it from a grassroots level. There's never been a big, you know, donor that you know, came like you know, just that with that documentary or story of Yeshua on The Chosen. They literally got they made more on GoFundMe than anybody in history. They made $10 million. So that's why they're giving away their production free on YouTube. You know, so just check them out. But yeah, they got. I'm thinking about hitting up the director and the producer and letting them know what we got here, and maybe they'd want to support since they got so much. You know, they want to spread it around, and it could happen because I'm going to try to figure out how to contact them.
Sorry, I've stopped talking and I'm waiting because I'm on.
You're there.
I'm on cue.
There.
Yeah.
You're on cue. She's on cue.
I'm on cue.
Right.
I'm on cue, but the delay is not. So anyway, please continue. Desert.
Right. So you can see if you go down on the first definition to number 8, you can see that it was a CW, but in the Deutsch, we can see it was a KW. That's more primitive. The C is a corruption. It's a symbol of the crescent moon, but it's not an original letter. The K is the original K sound, and so but the W is a corruption, and so you know, it'd probably be a V in the original. It's hard to say, you know, when you're, you know, looking at things that have been displaced through time, and you put everything next to each other. But we can see the French, interestingly enough, spelled Q-U-E, like when you're going to hit the cue ball, they spell it C-U-E, but the cue ball is the queen ball, right? Because she knocks everybody else around, right? She's slap happy and knocks all the other balls. The 8 ball is in the middle. 8 number of return just happened to be black, I guess, because they occulted the light, right? They occulted the way back home. The white ball, which is the cue ball, which is really the symbol of darkness, knocking everybody else around. That's what they're doing to all of us on planet Earth, right? Knocking us around, smacking us right upside the head.
Desert, I have a question. I'm sorry to cut you off.
That's right.
I've typed it in the chat, a different way of spelling the word key, circular key. You know that place I go to all the time with the Sydney Opera House and the Harbour Bridge? In between those two tourist attractions.
There's a place called Quay?
It's called Circular Quay. It's where the ferries come and go. Even though it's called
Q-A-Y, it's pronounced key?
It's pronounced key, and I'm curious about that. Yes.
Well, they're pointing out what I'm saying, that the Q is a K, and it's K, it would be spelled Khay correctly, Khay,
For
and it'd be
key.
pronounced K. Well, key is a corruption because it's really the A. You see, that's
Okay.
dominant in this story. The key is the K. That's where we get the word
Okay.
K, Nan, K noon. The key at high noon, the sun at high noon. Okay.
Wow. Thank you.
Okay. So
Please
yeah,
continue.
Q has a stinger, but notice that if you get a dictionary, there's very few words, so it shows that it's a fabricated code, and they manipulated it and they hid, the original. So KHAY is probably, it's hard to say. Like, I have to look more at the Dutch and analyze it, but because the W typically is a V, but it could also be two L's. That's part of the code, two L's for the W. I don't know. So, okay, so that's that. And so, Ninja, back
Thank
to
you.
you. You have some questions, don't you?
I've been asking questions already. I'm sorry. You get my brain working, Desert.
Wait a minute. An error occurred. Please try again later. Playback ID. What's going on? We just lost the screen. Did everybody lose the screen? Please tell us in the chat.
I've got it on my phone. It's still going on my phone. And I just typed in the chat. I can't see it on the
I'm going to
PC.
try refresh. I'm going to try refresh
Yeah.
here. Okay, here we go.
Desert, do you mind if I just switch from the dictionary to a something in the OBS so I can go back and have a look? Hang on.
I've got my screen back, so whatever that
You've
error
got your
was.
screen back?
Okay. Yeah, it's
Okay,
good. I'm going to see the chat also. And so, did you ask me a question? I'm sorry, are you going back on something?
Oh, no, I was going to just switch back to Chrome and make sure mine was still running.
Okay.
Yeah, but it all looks good on this end, and yours is back, so it's all good.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I've asked a lot of questions that were on my mind just from what you've been bringing up so far, Desert. But I do have more. Would you like to hear them?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Because I'm already feeling it in my voice, so therefore I need the back and forth now.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
And it's late here, so
And if any of these
Yeah.
other YouTubers out there want to, do an interview, I'd love to, do an interview with a few more people out there to get the word out. Everybody has their own questions, and I can answer them on a broadcast. So just here to serve and try to share with others. A thankless job because most people don't get it, and a lot of ridicule. People making you out as if it's anything you can imagine. It's happened, Ninja. And the hardest
Yeah.
part has been the struggle of doing it out of your back pocket.
yeah.
Because you couldn't have a regular job and do this type of research and production that I've been doing, all these years like this. So and Drones for God's Glory, Stephen says my connection is behind 15 seconds. It seems when I say stuff, it's already in. So do a refresh, Stephen. Do a refresh, and that should get it timed up. I've learned that. Okay, so try that.
Really?
Okay.
Because my phone's on a delay. My
All right.
computer's fine, but my phone's on
Well,
a
there
delay.
is a
I don't know,
delay.
it's
Yeah, there
weird.
is a delay. But
Yeah,
just
anyway,
like I say, if you think you're way behind, go ahead.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, you were saying before we went live that truth is hate. We will get into that a bit more in a minute because I'd like to know more. But I rearranged the word hate and into heat
Uh-huh.
and thought about the word hate as well. Like when we hate something, our blood starts to boil and we get hot headed, and we heat up. And hate and heat are made up of the same letters, and I thought that was very interesting. And now, why is truth hate? Does it?
Well, I can't remember where I got the
Oh,
quote.
you said you had it
I
on a
was
card.
watching-
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
put it on a card because it's a profound truth that people don't want to hear the truth, especially the politicians, and they will hate you before it. So
Oh, okay.
truth is hate. It just it's the manifestation of what it creates in others. Like
Oh,
they said,
okay.
two things you don't ever talk about: politics and religion. They hammered that in our head.
Yeah.
So and it's these are the things we should talk about.
Yeah.
The illusion of politics and the illusions that are created by priesthoods in the religions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
he's refreshed. Way to go.
Yeah. So, any response to hate and heat, and what I said about?
No, it's correct. It's the heat is represented by fire. Hate. Like, and you get red when you're angry, right? You get red.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right.
You get my brain ticking again. Thank you. And also, I was thinking, you know how ED, like education, ED means remove. I was thinking of the word remove. There's a lot of words like remove or redo, rerun, re-add. But yeah, I was wondering about the RE, and that made me think of also reversing the ED, and you have words that start with DE, as in
Like,
deposit. Your
as in
deposit.
dead.
Wow.
Right, because it's removal. Right. Ed is the editor, and so you don't want an education because it means what they remove from your curriculum.
So
What's critical.
DE means the same thing switched around.
Well, it still has negative connotation because the
Yeah.
D is the dead letter for death, darkness, doom, destruction, danger, denial. All just go look at the dictionary. You can go
Yeah.
scroll up to D real quick now. Get up to that D and show
Okay.
all the D words, and then
All
just
the
so they
D
get the
words.
picture. Okay,
Yeah.
what we're talking about.
There was
and-
something else I wanted to show as well. Another page,
Yeah.
something else on another page that I wanted to show.
And so the AE, we see that E comes out of the A in the Latin symbol. There's a combined A and E. People have seen it. Egypt would be spelled with an AE properly because that's the way it was originally. And like Ethiopia, the same thing, AE combined. And so the E is coming out of the A. There's the Adam and the Eve. Eve comes out of the side of the A, but the A also represents the sun because they came out of the light. We fell from the light, you see. And
Yeah.
okay.
I stop and pause for a minute. I'm going to keep scrolling to D, but I stop and pause for a minute in the because it's delayed. I want to stop on that for a while.
Letters are symbols. Letters are symbols.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah,
continuing
we can do
on
that.
to.
No. Stay right there. That's
Wait,
good.
I'll go back then.
It's not moved on my end.
It will.
Frozen right there. Okay. No, this is good. It was good to stop on it because oh, now it moved. Yeah, I see that. Okay, and she kept on rolling.
I go back. It won't take
Yeah.
long. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you can stop. A little bit, and on the way back because there's so much to scroll through. That's
There
a good
is.
thing. Yeah, and we're okay. You're getting close.
Yeah, while you're waiting for it to
Right
catch
there.
up,
All right.
the RE. What about the
Stay
RE?
right there.
Desert?
Ray. It's a corruption of Ray. RAY. The Ray. The Amun
See,
Ray.
that's how long
Amun
it's
Ra.
been. Thank you.
It means priest of light. Amun Ra. Amun Ray means
Yeah.
priest of light. You see, because they claim the light. The pyramid represents the light.
Yeah.
They were coming on the guise of a pure culture. Remember, it became corrupted. The original intention, was no, it was a control factor. The priesthoods and all that they did with Meitzar. Original name Meitzara, correctly, not Egypt, Meitzara. But then the corruptions get worse, as time goes on, like we see with our politicians. They looked pretty good 20 years ago, but they don't look good at all now, do they? They really look like the scum of the earth that they are. So anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, but let's look at this. Letters as symbols.
Okay.
Perfect. And at the top, you get late, the late, return of the light. You see how they reverse things. They say when you are late,
Yes.
you see that it's really the word light, right? and just so they make a
Yes.
negative out of the positive and make the positive out, into the negative.
Yes, I
This
didn't even
13.
see that. That's how there's
Yeah,
so much in this. I was focusing on the letters as symbols when I was looking at this
yeah.
page. Wow.
When you go to Hawaii, the women, with the grass skirts, as you
Yeah,
come off the
they have a
airplane,
lay
they
around
put
their
the
neck.
yeah they put
Yeah.
the flower circle of flowers over your head,
Yes.
and the sun is also represented as a flower, and it is the lay, and there's the word light. The sun, because the T is silent, and so LATE is correctly pronounced if you know the code. Lay. It's not late. It's lay, and so that's how the game is played. So look at these
Wow.
letters as symbols. This is really, important. The A is symbol of the pyramid, from eternity to eternity, from the point to the outer expanse, going into infinitum, from infinitum out to infinitum. The secret star of David. And then the S is above all creation, symbol of all creation, of a snake, of a serpent, of slither, sin, and sun and cobra. You can see the word sin really means darkness. Like sun is spelled incorrectly, it should be S-O-N. S-O-N is the original word for sun in this aspect, and it means a boy. A boy is a sun, it means he's a star. He's going to be the power generator in his family. They all wanted a boy, right? They were unhappy when the girl was born because the guy worked the field, he got the inheritance, he maintained a family. The woman was married off. The woman was married off, and they reversed that scripture too, and said that the man left mother and father and go to be uh, connected to his wife, but it was the woman who left her mother and father was to be connected to her husband, who was connected with the estate. Anyway, so going into M, we see the mountains, the valleys. You can see the M is a valley in the middle, but yet it represents a mountain. V with two pillars, sun and moon supporting. The V is lower creation. The valley, the arrow, the point, meaning the point, the chevron, Virgin Mother, also therefore connected with the number 7. Even though V was given the number 5, it really represents secretly the 7. And the cup of life, and also the moon, as we talked about earlier. T is this. I just had so much room there, and I didn't want to expand, so I did what was the primary. T is the symbol of royalty, the royal T, right? There it is. The cross, right? The tree, the completion, a star, time, and top. And then the B is the symbol of the breasts. Even though the B is a corruption, we saw it in the Bluetooth also was hiding another letter, and the B is hiding the V. But yet you see that the B is also hiding number 13, secret number 13. Lunar cycle is the 13 months of the lunar year, and cyber code for the V. They took away the V. D and put it somewhere else. Where it has to be in proper order to get the true story. Okay, the D is a symbol of the dome, darkness, duality, death, destruction. And C replaced the G. The G replaced the O. It's one switch out after
Wow.
another. That's why you got to follow the trail back. It's falsely represents crescent moon, the cup, and Lucifer is the moon, by the way, as well, and cyber code for S. That's why it's got multiple sounds. Only originally was one sound per one letter, and a silent A and a silent T at the end of the alphabet, showing go from eternity to eternity. And then we have the O for truth. And sometimes you'll see that at the beginning of a sentence. And what it means is true, perfect, and complete. Those are the first expressions that come out of that letter. Perfect. Um,
And when
um,
people realize something, they go, "Oh."
right.
Ah.
But literally as a word by itself, you see it translated not just in the scriptures, but in other writings. It means true, perfect, and complete. Right on its surface, when it's all by itself as the beginning of a sentence. So the truth, the sun, the earth, the moon, completion, serpent eating its tail, all represented by the O. So it's all depending upon what aspect you're talking about. The Z is the lightning strike, the zigzag of a sailing ship, the code letter N turned on its side, and also the Aleph in the Hebrew is another N. You see, it looks like an N, it is an N. And then the double N is there showing that it's really the aspect of an M. There's two N's in one M. That's why in German you see man spelled M-A-N-N. Oh, and in the Aryan, right? In the Indo-Germanic, you see, they have the correct form on that back over there, but later on in art culture, it's taken out. So moon, as you see the word moon there where it tells you to go see more, moon would be M-O-O-N-N. You see, so it's the two powers coming down, two O's, two N's. The N's are two O's coming down. What are the two O's? The duality of sun and moon onto the plane of the bridal chamber, the earth, where sun and moon are making love together, bringing forth life in the great metaphor and symbolism. Okay, so let's go to the D words. Oh, wait a minute. Letters together, 2 or 3 letters together in combination are called the parent root. So there's your paren. You get protection with the paren on each side, as in parents are on each side of you. And then Levant is the east, means the east. You see the word leaven in there with a silent T. And the leaven, they corrupted that one also, because leaven literally means the way of light. There's the word leve. Leve corrupted into Levi, but it is correctly leve, means the way. And the bridge, the earth is the bridge, the way, and that's what they were called when Yeshua rose from the dead. They were called the people of the way. So so what was unique about the Levitical priesthood? They didn't claim ownership to anything on earth, but yet everything was provided for them in the great mystery. And that's what Yeshua does for us, you see. In the great mystery, provides everything for us. So that's an important word to study and to get the picture of what's going on here. The orientation is the east, it is the sun, and it is the A star. Let's go to D, Ninja. I'm just going fast. You got to get the book and study it yourself. I'm just rolling here, friends, and hope that you're getting some pictures, because it's all about getting pictures. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well,
yes, it is.
A word is worth 1,000 pictures if you can dissect it. Okay.
Wow, Desert, this is amazing. Okay, we're at D. Just lining it up. You'll see it in a minute.
And we'll be wrapping it up here real quick, unless Ninja has any, or anybody else has a question. I'm getting talked out, so
okay.
Wrap it up here.
This is a good one to get started. Get back into it is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it's amazing. Thank you.
Great, Stephen. Good to hear that. All right. So scroll. Can you get the D up at the top of the page? We'll bypass.
I tried.
With, okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's
with
good.
My Windows 10 mouse, it jumps.
Actually, yeah. You can see the word cipher, okay. and it's a component of the word Lucifer. Lucifer means the true cipher. Okay, the true cipher, and that's why in the Hebrew they call their book not the shulfar, which means the ram's horn, which also means the book, but they call it this. Oh, geez, I got to go find the book now. The Sefer. Oh, that's what it is. The Sefer, and so Sefer, as they call it, they're saying it's a cipher, it's a code, and that's the game that's being played on us, because why we wasting time with Hebrew when those letters do not represent the original. Our capital letters represent the original Aramaic, that we're showing here. We're revealing. They hide everything right in our face because they know that we can't get the picture, and so. So anyway, so we can see the D is a half circle, and so a half circle, one side is darkness, one side is the light, but the light here is invisible, and the circle is the setting sun. It was in the more primitive, they made it into another pyramid, but the truth is it was a half circle. They're in our modern time giving us the really better pictures of these archaic symbols, because they didn't want people to know the hidden meaning of the great mystery of their mother diction. It's your mother, it's your mythology, your mythos, it's your it's your baby. So you're not going to expose your baby to the rest of the world, so you alter things on the sacred altar to hide the light that is shining through these modern and primitive symbols, and that's how the game has been played. So if we see the D, then it represents clearly as the cyber code, the darkness, death, and destruction, primary elements right there. That which has a beginning has an end. And in this lower creation, everything that's physical will ultimately be dissolved. Only the spirit is eternal. And I said eternal, not eternal, okay, because that's the corruption. And so delta is the first word we get in the definition. And the delta force in the military is a despicable force. Okay, they were the ones that shot the Branch Davidians with 5 machine gun nests while they poked holes in with the tanks. Everyone piled up at the door trying to escape, and they were machine gunned down. And then they burned the building down. And this was Delta Force. These are very wicked people. They corrupted them and made criminals out of them and perverts as well. And that's why they were willing to do what they did, because they do what mommy says to do. They have no conscience. And so Delta, it's a power word. You can see the EL is in there for the Elohim, but correctly it is Zul. The word El came out of Babylon. It's correctly, the original is Zul. And then you see the TA, which is the reverse of the alphabet, AT. So the TA then, it means reversal. And that's what they've done. They delivered the reversal, Del for delivery. They delivered us a world that is backwards. Have they not, Ninja?
Yes, they have.
That's backwards, right. So that's what Delta implies.
Wow.
Right there. You see?
Yeah, and we're seeing the backwardsness it's so obvious today. So obvious today. Thank you. Please continue.
Our main computer was called, my first one was the Dell. The Dell computer, and it has to do with the delivery, and that's how they made their delivery with their Windows, so they could peer into our lives while we had fun being entertained by them. So the D words: danger, doom, deserted, dread, disaster, dagger, delta, die, dead, dad. You see? Oh, dad, he's dead. Oh, let's call him dad. No, he's dead. Dad is dead. And India, there's your die right there, your die cut in India, because that's where they set up their secret enclave of the Aryan culture. And but they made it a great debate. We just don't know, but yes, it can be known. Debate, drafted, derelict, disease, don't, dilapidated, dank, dark, DVD, when it should be TVT, because the T is representing life. And that's what Yeshua gave after he was nailed to the T. Then we have David, dope, drop down. You see, it's all there. I don't need to read it all. And
sorry.
Scroll up so they can see David, because that's a good one to get the comparison. It's not David. That's the corruption. It's Tavat. And literally you see the Ava is in the middle, which is the prime element of the word we call Eve. It's really Ava. The A's are there. And it's a sound wave. It's AV, but really it's just V, 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 V. And it creates the sound wave. But the AV represent the sound wave. And the T on each end means from beginning, the royal, from beginning to the beginning. You went the wrong way. I
know. It'll fix itself in a minute.
All right.
Can I just go back to Delta for a second?
Yeah.
Just went through my mind, and I haven't thought of this in a long time. I didn't think I still knew it. Is it alpha, beta, delta, gamma? Alpha, beta, delta. Is that right?
Well, yeah, you're using Greek now.
Yeah.
And so those terms are correct per the Greek, even though we know that the code was corrupted.
Delta is in there. Yeah.
Hey, take care, Stephen. Good to have you. He said it's got to go. Thank you so much. Thank you for your comments and stopping by.
Be safe out there.
Go check out Drones for God's Glory. What a great presentation he does. Okay.
Yeah, anyway, I just wanted to bring that up. Please continue.
All right. Well, I think that's it. You got the real Da Vinci Code right here. That's what they didn't want you to know. And so just tell your friends, consider getting a copy over there on Amazon. We have a Kindle, or we have the black and white version or the color version, whatever anybody can fit in their budget. Or if you want a PDF, okay, if you can't afford any of that up there, any size donation, and if you don't have the funny money, we'll get it to you anyway by PDF. So just hit me up. It's Forbidden History Live, all one word, Forbidden History Live at gmail.com. Okay, Forbidden History Live at gmail.com, and be happy to get that. At the back of the book, at the back of this dictionary, well, you're not going to have it to go there, but any size donation you can make it through. We have several ways you can do it, through PayPal or through I don't know. Shelley set all that up. So, but anyway, it's at the back.
Yeah.
I'll go to the back of the book to show them, Ninja, so they can see it.
Yeah,
if they want to make a small donation, they can't afford to get it on Amazon. They just want to send a couple bucks, then just scroll to the back.
Yeah.
Right. And we'll be back up. Hopefully, we'll be doing at least once a week, and we don't have the day pegged yet. Ninja was just trying to ramp back up and check her system out here. And you got? Don't you have the speed scroll?
I do.
The
Thank you
speed
for
scroll?
reminding me. Sorry. My jaw is on the floor.
I get dizzy looking at that.
I love scrolling through this. So
Okay, she's gonna scroll through it. So anyway, we're glad you tuned in. You know, we have what we have here in this product is something you can't really find anywhere else. Okay, there's a lot of.
Is it right at the? I don't want to go
It's at
past.
the very Well, it's basically well, I'm not sure. I'll tell you what page it is. I can tell you. Let me go grab the book here.
Yes, page number, please.
Yeah, hold on. Let's see if I can find it. All right. Okay. Yeah, the bibliography is at the very end. Let's see here. Okay, history.
I think I'm close.
Okay, it's at the end of the dictionary. Actually, it's page 128 and 129. 128, 129, Ninja. You're too far. Just a couple
I
pages.
was reading if you'd like a spiral-bound copy.
129. Go to 129.
You'll see it go backwards and forwards for a bit, but I'm stopping on it now. I think that's 128 I'm on.
120. All right. There.
And
can you pan away so they can see the whole? You went too far. You went too far. 120. 129. 129.
Yeah, I'm going to 129.
All right. Can you pan it away so the whole page can fit in there?
I can try.
Okay, you're on 128 again. 129.
I know. I was going backwards and forwards because I was confused. It'll stop in a minute.
All right.
The delay. I'm making it a bit smaller. Hang on. Sorry, we are live. I don't want to go down too small.
No, but go more. You can go more.
I do. I'm watching it on my phone. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. It's doing it. Okay, go ahead. A little more.
Yeah, I do. I'm waiting for it to catch up.
All right. Okay, so there's a way that you can and again, if you don't have the funny money, then just email us, and we will be glad to get you a copy of whatever you're looking for, ladies and gentlemen. We're the truth that sets us free, in the deeper meaning of our Aisha Vors, which is the word for word and logo, is paramount. You know what a logo is, okay? A logo is a symbol. What is the great symbol? It is light. It is the sun. That is even the sun got a bad rap by the occultists, because they keep talking about sun worship. Well, the ancients didn't worship the sun. That's a bunch of hogwash. Okay, the ancients knew that the sun was the source of the Great Spirit. The Great Spirit moved upon the cosmic waters, okay, upon the cosmic waters, and breathed into the star, and there was light. There is light, not was, is light. You see? And so see things in its true light, see the way the primitives would have seen it and recognized it. Even in the book I had, what's called The Wisdom of the Native Americans, I used to give the Native people a radio program, and they said in there, they say that we worship the sun. We don't worship the sun. We recognize it as the house of the Great Spirit, all life. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. That's when Yeshua rose from the dead. He said, "All power on heaven, in the cosmos, and on earth has been given unto me." Think about that power. That means like the sun, and that's just one part of it. Because the sun never stops shining. Talk about power, just the sun alone, but yet he maintains the entire universe. All power is given unto him. He has all power. He knows everything. This is a power that is beyond our wildest imagination, only to recognize the truth for what it is, and that the sun is the great logo, and it is the garden of the atoms. The garden of atoms. There's two gardens, one above, one below. Which one you like? You like the planet Earth garden, Ninja? Is it a little bit decrepit and deplorable? I don't know the word,
It used to be pretty. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, when people weren't here, but once people got here,
yeah,
that's when
yeah.
trouble started, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to love it here when I was a child, and then I learned things desert. So I guess the answer is no.
Right. Well, the
Yeah,
thing is, the lower world. It's not.
yeah,
It's made by the spirit. The spirit is breathing behind it, but it is physical creation, and material world ends. There's a beginning. There's an end. So we have to connect with that which is eternal, infinite, non-ending, and it's the offer being made. We're being made an offer, and so I wouldn't turn that down for anything. I've been pursuing the knowledge all my life, and hope that all of you out there will take the time that's left, because the time is very short, and make sure your connection is perfect with the one, and you can see and read things for yourself, because that's what it ultimately comes down to. The truth is not a part of any lie, okay, and so take that for what it's worth, and that is John, 1 John 2:27. The truth is not a part of any lie, and if we're following ideas and notions that are part true and part false, well, guess what? It's like being a little pregnant. Either you're not pregnant or you are pregnant. Can't be a little pregnant. You can't have a little truth and a little lie. It's possible to come out. You define the truth by defining all the lies, and that's where we're going as we continue to do this broadcast for all of you around the world. So, Ninja, thank you for the broadcast today. And I'm Dezert-Owl telling you, if you don't forget, if you want to know the future, then you need to look for the Forbidden History, because it's all right here, coming your way thanks to NinjaCat, and maybe thanks to all of you, and thanks to Shelley as well. Thank you so much, Shelley, and everybody else for tuning in. Okay, we'll hope to see you on the other side. Love to talk to you. If you want to call and you've got a question on the private side, love to have you call on the program. But you've got my phone number. It's on all these different materials that we've got here on the description and on the books. Okay, so Ninja, I'll let you close out, and thank you so much again. All right, peace and love.
thank you, Desert. Peace and love always, and may you live forever.
Thank you.
That was
You too.
amazing. That was amazing. Thank you. Okay, guys, just bear with me while I get out of the desktop. So techie. And look for some sort of a graphic. There we go. Thanks to Yogeneer. Thank you, Yo. That one's beautiful. You guys will see it in a second. Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys for joining. It was amazing. And it's never ending. It just continues to open up, and yeah, it was a beautiful escape from the world we are now living in today. Yeah, so many thank yous to Dezert-Owl for doing this work, and allowing Yeshua to use him. And yeah, thanks guys for joining. I hope you're all safe out there, and creating light for you always. And thank you, Yo. I know you joined late, but thank you for coming in. And drones for God's glory. I haven't gone through the list. Jackie. Who else was there? Vina. And there were a few listeners that couldn't join the chat as well. Thank you if you guys are still there. Much appreciated. An 1111 code. And I think that's all. Yeah, thank you. And yeah, this is just the start. We're getting back into it now. Yeah. So, I just need to remember how to do this ending. Yeah, please be safe out there, guys. And thank you always. And we'll see you next time. I'll let you know. I'll let you know when we go live again. Alright, be safe. See yous.